Welcome back to the news. UNP Colombo district candidate for the upcoming Western Provincial Council poll, SM Marika, addressed a public rally in Matakule yesterday where he expressed these views.
Think in retrospect about whether your children should live the way you are living. Think about whether your son should drive a three-wheeler or go to Saudi or do businesses on the pavement. All the key schools in Sri Lanka are in and around the city of Colombo. But your children cannot learn there. The best hospital in Sri Lanka is in Colombo, but you cannot get medication there. All of the private companies in Sri Lanka in Colombo, but your children do not have jobs there. You can board people from outstation areas. The biggest hotels in Sri Lanka in Colombo, but you cannot eat a meal there. So think about why we are voting for them. We must change as a society. Think beyond this. I will not come into politics and give you various false promises. Promises that cannot be kept. If you think that your children should learn well, get jobs in the private sector and lead good lives, then choose me. My hope is to bring progress to education and to train unemployed young men and women so that they can secure employment.
The Democratic Party's new office in the Central Colombo electorate was declared open this morning. A group including Colombo District Democratic Party candidate Susil Kindelpitia was present at the occasion.
Yesterday we visited Sunil in Wanathamulla. He had been abducted. What did Sunil fight for? Sunil fought against the demolition of the homes of the people there. Tonight they may send a white van for me. I am not afraid of white vans. Shoot and kill us. If our deaths will bring you liberation, then kill us and obtain liberation. My friends, liberation will not come in this way. You may have seen what happened to the cardboard hero, the bodybuilder in Wanathamulla.
We do not need to withdraw the people that we put in front. Have faith in our leader who ended the 3 decades of terrorism. He will never make a promise that cannot be kept. It is the same for the country and same for me. My faith in him is 100%, and it is because of this faith that I too speak for him.
Staying on a political note, UNP parliamentarian Sajid Premadas addressed a public meeting in the Ranavaranao area in Thanamalweliya this morning.
At present, the government has prepared drafts to construct tourist hotels and golf courses in the Velioya Forest Reserve. Back in 2011, this very president stopped it. Today, the president's decision has been thrown to the dustbin, and the government authorities are constructing hotels and golf courses and destroying the Velioya Forest Reserve. Who is the mighty person who is constructing hotels and golf courses in the Velioya Forest Reserve?
Mona balawatada me anavasaren me hotel hadanne golf course hadanne Velioya rakshite.
Let's now take a look at some of the views that were expressed by candidates contesting at the upcoming Southern Provincial Council election on the Sutana political debate program that was telecast on our sister channel Sirasa TV last night.
There is terror in Hambantota, but it is not in broad daylight or sunset or when the moon is out. It is between about 1 to 3 a.m. when everyone is asleep. When asked who is responsible for this terror, all the candidates say it is not them. But if the person who is responsible for this is known, then the people who put up our cutouts will settle it with them and say that they do not know and that they did not see who was responsible for this.
That can make a karanne kaude. Then pahugiya dawaswala api utsahයක් gatta Weerakatiya nagare.
In the recent past, we attempted to get authorization to hold a meeting in Weerakatiya. The Weerakatiya Pradeshya Sabha granted approval and later cancelled it. Then we had a meeting in Hungama on the 27th. We sought approval for the Ambalanthora Pradeshya Sabha for this. There they said that they could not grant us approval. When you consider it as a whole, it appears to us that they are working to ensure that no Democratic Party rallies are held in the Hambantota district.
වැඩ කටයුතු කරන බවක් අපිට පේනවා.
කුනේ 25 ලක්ෂයක් වෙච්ච ජනතාවට ප්‍රාග්ධන වියදම් හැටියට මේ පළාත් සභාව වෙන් කරන්නේ කෝටි 136යි.
This provincial council allocates 360 million rupees as capital expenditure for the 2.5 million people in the south. When you divide that among the people in the south, each person gets ₹1.60 per day. I wish to ask the people of the south if they approve of this system which has prevailed for 25 years. They increase our salaries to 9,500 rupees a day and then allocate ₹1.60 for the people.
නැවත ඒක ඔබ මේ ක්‍රියාවලිය ඔබ අනුමත කරනවාද?
මාතර දිස්ත්‍රික්කයේ ජනතාව නියෝජනය කරන
All 20 of us are contesting the elections to represent the people of the Mathura district. We must expect that those who are elected from these 20 persons will do their utmost for Mathura. I am not the only person who is saying that the next chief minister will be from Mathura. The next chief minister must definitely be from Mathura. There have been 6 provincial councils in the south and Galle has got the opportunity 4 times while Mathura has got the opportunity twice. This is Mathura's opportunity.
In business news tonight, economists warn that if the fuel supply to the transport sector is not properly managed, it will prove to be an embargo on the development of Sri Lanka. Senior lecturer at the University of Colombo, Dr. Lalita Sri Gunurwan, pointed out that there is a rapid development in private transport more than public transport.
A study conducted by the University of Colombo has identified that 60% of the total fuel imported to the country by 2010 was spent on the transport sector. It also reveals that of this value, 80% was consumed by the private transport sector.
20% of the fuel is spent on the buses and trains. The public transport sector, which was at 65% in the country in 2010, will drop to 45% in 2020. Usage of private transport, which is at 35%, will rise to 55%. Within the next 10 years, we will have to spend the total fuel import to the nation on transport.
Dr. Gunarwan also highlighted the importance of moving towards a more efficient mode of transportation.
We need to move to a more fuel-efficient transport sector. The railway shares are at 5%. We need to attract people to use public buses and trains. Then we will save 50 million rupees. If we urge people to use railway services more often, we will be able to save around 2,850 million resolutely on fuel usage.
The principal of the John Kothalawala Central College in Kurunegala, who was arrested and released on bail in connection with the suicide of a student at his school, has been transferred to the Provincial Educational Director's office. This was disclosed at a media briefing convened in Kurunegala this morning.
The investigation is being headed by a committee. We will reach a decision based on the findings of that committee. The principal has been transferred to the Provincial Education Director's office. We will not appoint another principal. He has been transferred as per the investigation.
It is believed that a photograph uploaded to a social media website led to a female student from the John Kothalawala Central College in Kurunegala to commit suicide. A similar incident was reported from Alpitia, where social media resulted in the suicide of another female student. This morning on Primetime Sunrise, Newsfirst raised the issue of security while using social media websites.
If there are unknown persons in your Facebook friends list, it may harm your personal information including pictures. Therefore, avoid close contact with unknown persons. This will prevent unnecessary issues. Many create a Facebook profile just to idle on it. They have no idea what sort of trouble they might fall into. If you are using Facebook, you need to be cautious.
Meanwhile, a demonstration took place today against the assault committed by a student on the principal of Sevanapitiya Central College in Polonnaruwa. Students, teachers and parents engaged in the demonstration that took place opposite the school today. Subsequently, they engaged in a protest march and proceeded towards the Sevanapitiya town and staged a demonstration.
This 1 month and 3-week-old infant, Randiva Titsara, has lost the love of his mother. His family blames the neglect on the part of the officials in the health sector for the death of his mother. This morning, family members and residents of 505 Nikapitiya in Alahara staged a demonstration calling for a credible investigation into the matter and seeking justice for the aggrieved family.
The body of the young woman, 26-year-old Manoja Kumari, was also brought to the scene of the demonstration at the Bakumuna bus stop. Manoja Kumari was admitted to the Attana Kadavala base hospital when she went into labour with her second child and was later transferred to the Polonnaruwa hospital on the 26th of December. Family members say that the doctor had concluded that the child should be delivered by caesarean section as he was too large for a natural birth. However, on the 30th of December, the child was born in a natural birth. On the 1st of January, hospital officials had instructed her husband to secure her belt as the woman has displaced her hip while giving birth. On the 1st of January, hospital officials had instructed her husband to secure a belt as the woman had displaced her hip bone while giving birth. The 30-year-old husband is a kidney patient himself and had only managed to secure a belt a day later. Although she was discharged on the 4th of January owing to continuing pain in her hip bone, Manoja Kumari was admitted to the Bakumuna hospital once again, from where she was transferred first to the Polonnaruwa hospital and finally to the Kandy hospital. Her condition worsened as she passed away while receiving treatment at the intensive care unit on the 18th of February. Her body was only handed over to the family yesterday. Demonstrators who brought the woman's body to the Bakumuna bus stop this morning also demanded that her 2 children be paid compensation. The demonstration was conducted about an hour, following which the final rites of Manoja Kumari were performed at the Nikapitiya General Cemetery.
The finals of the 2013 Inter-University Innovations Championship, organised by the Sri Lanka Association of Software and Service Companies, or SLASCOM, was held in Colombo today.
Minister of Technology and Research Patali Champika Ranawaka was a chief guest at the event, while the US Ambassador to Sri Lanka, Michelle J. Sisson, was a guest of honour.
My message for the scientific community is clear. It is the scientists and engineers that can provide the vital and decisive impetus that the economic development of the country needs in terms of technology-led innovation towards innovation economy. The young innovators certainly have a crucial role to play here.
Today, entrepreneurship is more important than ever around the globe. The world, we're told, will need 500 million new jobs by the year 2030. And many of these job titles haven't even been invented yet. That's how cutting edge they are going to be. So to meet this demand, we are going to have an openness of ideas, an openness of spaces to promote innovation and research, especially by youth and students.
One person died near the court complex in Mount Lavinia early today. The police stated that the accident took place on the yellow crossing lines opposite the court complex.
A private bus travelling to Matakulia at around 6 a.m. had run over the victim. According to the police, the bus ran over him while he was crossing the road, and the victim, who sustained severe injuries to his head, passed away at the location. The driver and the conductor of the bus have been taken into custody. The body of the victim is now lying at the Kalboila Teaching Hospital and has been identified as that of a 66-year-old Gamini Jayavikrama, a father of 1 and a resident of Kiribati. The victim's only son resides abroad. The victim had been living separately, working in Colombo as a security officer.
Meanwhile, 1 person was killed and 11 others sustained injuries in the Mahabellan area in Panadura when a jeep travelling from Panadura towards Horana veered off the road. Now, according to the police, the accident took place at around 7 p.m. this evening. According to the police, the injured have been admitted to the Panadura hospital, while the driver of the jeep has been arrested. When inquiries were made, the JVP noted that the victims are a group of JVP supporters who were attending a public rally. Meanwhile, yet another deadly motor accident was reported in Yakkala this morning. You reporter Edirisinghe Valikanda filed this report.
An accident was reported on the Kurunagala-Dambulla main road in Yakkala at around 6:45 this morning. A woman who was travelling on a motorbike died after falling off the bike and being run over by a tipper truck. The victim fell off the bike after her sari got tangled in the rear wheel of the motorbike. The Gokaralla police are carrying out further investigations into the incident.
Newsfirst view reporter Edirisinghe Valikanda, Kurunagala.
Well, in sports news, it's cricket. Sri Lanka will experience the absence of ace opening batsman Tilakaratne Dilshan for the rest of the Bangladesh tour due to an injury on a finger on his right hand. He is scheduled to arrive in the island today. In addition, Sri Lanka will be without the services of Kumar Sangakkara and Mahela Jayawardene for the third ODI against Bangladesh. Incidentally, this is the first time in 14 years that Sri Lanka will be playing without the big three.
Tilakaratne Dilshan, who batted in the second ODI against Bangladesh, did not field due to injury. Lahiru Thirimanne has been called in to replace Dilshan in the third ODI. Meanwhile, Kumar Sangakkara has been rested from tomorrow's game. In addition, Shaminde Ranga, Nuwan Kulasekara, Mahela Jawadana and Rangana Herath are also doubtful of playing due to injury. Incidentally, this is the first time in 14 years that Sri Lanka will be playing without the services of TM Dilshan, Kumar Sangakkara and Mahela Jawadana.
Also in sports news, the 14th International Schools Athletic Championship began at the Sugardasa Stadium today. The 14th International Schools Athletic Championship is being organized by Gateway College. The 25 reputed international schools take part in the championship, which is scheduled to conclude on Sunday. The finals of 19 events are scheduled to be held today at the end of the first day of ISAC. Lyceum International School Wattala led the points table with 241 points.
And that's a wrap from all of us here at Newsfirst. Now, if you missed out on any of the stories we just aired, you can log on to our website, www.newsfirst.lk. I'm Sonali Manigabadage.
And I'm Nadim Majid. Good night and good luck.
Hotline 0114 896 896 www